Hello, and welcome to Ad-lib Heroes. My name is Joey, and I'm a lifelong DM and storyteller. At our table today are...
Hi, I'm TJ, and I play Kirith Odell.
I'm Riley, and I play Grimlock Seaspray.
Hi, I'm Bev, and I play Olivia Fortier.
Now let's get back to the story. Last time on Ad-lib Heroes, Grimlock, Kirith, and Olivia met Asher Bellhammer, a fellow student of the Crucible, Grimlock's monk order. He was looking to hire mercenaries to protect the village of Ferrisburg, which is in the lands of Sir Nathaniel Lorne. The team agreed and hired a small squad of mercenaries. On the way to the village, they met Covey, a half-orc who seems to be in with the bandits. He joined them temporarily, but then snuck off before they were able to question him further. Sarah, a hunter from Ferrisburg, can show them the way to the abandoned dwarf fortress, Iron Keep, where she says the bandits are camped out. It is after dark as you guys are getting ready to head out to check out this fortress. She tells you that it's a couple miles in the woods, so we can get there in probably about an hour.
Okay.
Do you have any preparations you want to make before you leave?
I'll probably just leave my trunk with
With Asher?
yeah, probably with Asher.
Mm-hmm. He's now got 2 trunks.
I'll bring a torch, but I won't have it. Am I able to even walk through the forest in the dark?
Yeah, she's human as well. So
Okay.
You're traveling by starlight. Like you get hit in the face with branches a whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
It is not the most fun journey. Yeah, Kirith, if you knew the way, you would probably be leading, but you have to follow her because she knows the path. And there are a couple times where she needs to concentrate really hard to find which way to go through the woods, even though you can easily see that's the path.
Yeah.
Eventually, you come to a hill that has a set of well-made doors in it, dwarven stonework. It's about 20 feet high. It is at the top of a ramp leading downward. The doors are about 15 feet long each, and they are open slightly so that a person can walk in and out.
Okay. Can I inspect the just the masonry itself? See if there's any any signs that there would be like murder holes or anything that we wouldn't otherwise be aware of.
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll that.
15.
15. So as you look at it, the defenses that would protect this entryway would be further up in the woods, and you can see the crumbled structures where dwarven guards would wait to see people approaching. This is a trade entrance. So at one point, long in the past, there would have been a road leading directly here. Looking at the forest around here, and you realize looking at the stones, someone dug up the cobbled path that used to live here to take the stones for some other building.
Oh, okay.
But it has been centuries since there was an active road here.
Okay. I'll be the first through the door, I think.
All right.
What? No. We're doing reconnaissance, and we think they're hiding out here. Why are we? We're not going in yet.
Well, there'll be a better keep within this perimeter.
I mean, but we should make sure there's no lookouts here where there's already a wall to defend.
That's fair. Sure.
Sarah's just standing here with us.
Yeah, she's with you at the edge of the trees because I assume Grimlock went forward into the clearing to look at the...
Okay. So then I guess Kirith ran up to kind of talk to him.
Well,
Are you?
not right up to the door, but
Yeah.
No. Stop being stupid.
Sarah, do you want to wait here at this edge of the woods, and then we can come back to you after we're done our reconnaissance, and you can help guide us back?
Yeah, I'll stay here. If I see anyone coming after, I will hoot 3 times like an owl.
Okay.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah, that's a good warning, because then they won't know exactly where you are. So you're just going to hide kind of here on the edge?
Yes.
Perfect.
And just to say it, Sarah does a better owl than I do.
Okay.
I think there's an owl over there.
All right, hold on. Everyone, back to the thing.
And Kirith turns into an owl to show Sarah up.
I am going to cast Pass Without Trace on
Nice.
all of us, including Sarah. All right.
What does that look like?
So according to the spell, a veil of shadows and silence radiates from you. So it kind of just like makes us all blurry and like fit in, like camouflage into our surroundings. So like you almost like start to grow stupid camouflage war paint,
I was
like mud on your exposed skin and like dirt up your cloak and stuff, and like just like foggy around you. And
You
don't
cast a
leave-
make me dirty spell?
Yeah.
Oh,
and you no longer leave footprints.
nice.
What are the mechanical benefits of it? Because-
So I begin casting the spell. I reach into my pouch and bring out a just like some ashes of like a burned leaf, and it smells kind of minty. And then that occurs, and each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including you, has a +10 bonus on dexterity stealth checks and can't be tracked except by magical means. A creature that receives this bonus leaves behind no tracks or other traces of its passage.
Do we need to remain within 30 feet of you?
Nope.
Cool.
And
So-
it lasts how long?
1 hour on concentration.
Okay.
Okay, now we can go inside.
Once, so Sarah, we'll wait to listen for your call, and I would like to cast a spell farther away from Sarah.
Oh,
So-
sure.
I just
I
kind of
mean-
move away from her, and
Mhm.
then
She can just think elves are weird.
exactly. Well,
Elves are known to be magic.
yeah.
They're known to be weird.
I will just tell her like I sometimes play my flutes to give myself confidence. So if you hear that,
Magical confidence. I'm a witch.
But yeah, elves are weird.
but I'll use your hooting system if we're in trouble too.
All right.
If we are hooting at you though, probably just head to the town and let Bellhammer know.
All right. Sounds
Don't
fair.
come in after us. Yeah.
Don't
I
think
just
that
like
was a risk.
I go a little further off,
Mhm.
and then I play kind of a mysterious melody, and I will cast invisibility on myself.
All right.
And then I message Grimlock and just say, "Okay, I'm invisible now."
How long does invisibility last?
1 hour.
Oh,
How
word.
long does
So
it-
right now your stealth checks are with advantage and +10.
Yep.
Sick.
So yeah, and then I guess I will. Yeah, I'll just kind of clumsily get back to them because I can't see very well, but not clumsily.
we
because
can't see each other.
Yeah, you're probably going to need a light source inside.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so then I'll kind of just wait for these guys. I'll be standing out in the open, but it doesn't matter at the moment.
All right.
But yes, I messaged Grimlock to let him know.
Okay. I mean, at some point, I could just pretend that I haven't eaten enough potatoes and I need a torch, like for her sake, so she can see.
We're trying to stay not seen.
Yeah, that's true.
So they might have some lit. They said there was humans among them.
Mm-hmm.
Or we can just start lighting things at odd torch brackets and have them extra confused.
Okay.
Let's make them think it's haunted.
You can be a ghost torch.
I'm down.
You could light a torch, and as soon as you need to, drop it. And again, because they can't see you, you can stealth even if they're looking right at you.
Yeah, so
That'd be
once
funny.
we're far enough away that we don't terrify Sarah, I will light a torch.
Okay.
Okay. I should have brought a bed sheet. Like, I have one in the trunk. I just forgot.
Anyway, okay, we will move in and try to examine where these people are.
All right. So there is a slow down slanted ramp that heads deeper into the fortress. It is wide enough that 2 large wagons could pass at the same time. As you continue downward, you reach a point where there is a platform off to one side. Built into it is a guard post, and then the trade road continues onward. As you get near the guard post, you see that while this place shows a bunch of signs being abandoned, there are footprints in the dust down the center of the trade road, but almost nowhere else. But there is a new wooden door on the side of this guard post.
They've fortified this door. Like this is
Or well, they rebuilt it.
yeah.
So they are using this trail.
Yeah.
Yes.
There could be someone in there. But I don't know.
Do you want me to ghost?
I'll just go up and listen.
All right. So roll me a perception check.
16.
16. It is completely silent inside that guard post. There's no sounds of anyone moving around, no sounds of...
Breathing,
Yeah.
nothing.
There's no light coming out of it or anything.
No.
I think it's all right.
Could be a good place to post that girl. Eventually.
I don't want to bring anyone else in here.
And she can't see without light sources.
Yeah, true. I meant for like a revisit kind of thing. If she wants to come help.
To understand this appropriately, there is space in front of this guard post where wagons would have still gone past
Yes.
deeper into the mines.
Yeah, there's a road heading down, and then basically a building in the side of the wall that is a guard
Like
post.
almost like a toll booth kind of.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is the door locked?
When you touch the door, it's slimy and your hand sticks to it. And the center of the door opens as a mouth that tries to pull you in. Everyone draw initiative.
I like to touch things. I'm curious, man.
Oh,
But I'm invisible.
And grappled.
Oh, man.
You're invisible in a way that doesn't matter.
How do you chew on something you can't say? Oh, wait, you do that all the time.
All right. Olivia, it is your turn. You can try to make an escape check, which is an acrobatics or a strength check.
I will try acrobatics.
All right.
Still below a 10. I got an 11.
11. So, yeah, you cannot get away from the door. So the two of you can't see that Olivia is struggling with the door, but you can see that the door has grown a mouth.
Can I use, so that was my action.
Yes.
Can I use a free action to say, bad thing, hand glued to the door.
What door? That's obviously not a door.
Then a stalagmite from the ceiling drops and flips as it's dropping, opening up a mouth as this mouthed piece of rock tries to fall on to Kirith. And because it was not known before, it has advantage on this attack. It has a 16 to try and crush Kirith.
Just barely.
Okay. It does 5 bludgeoning damage.
'Kay.
And it has engulfed your head. You are blinded and unable to breathe while it is attached this way.
Gee, thanks, Olivia.
I did nothing.
All right. And so next is Grimlock. So Kirith is basically wearing a stalagmite as a hat right now that goes all the way down to his neck. And Olivia is screaming about how the door has her.
Okay. Is the entire building contorting, or is it just those
Just the
things?
door.
Okay.
And just the door and the stalagmite.
Okay. Can I assist Kirith in escaping using acrobatics, or would it be a strength check?
It would be a strength check to get the rock off his head.
My strength sucks. I'm gonna beat this thing up.
Okay.
I'm going to. Yeah, probably just start wailing on the stalagmites.
Stalagmite.
If it came from the roof, it would be a stalactite.
Okay, it's a
Stalactite.
stalactite.
'Kay.
I mean, it was pretending to be a
Yeah,
stalactite.
it's a pointy. It looks like a pointy rock. It is not.
Oh, TJ knows what this is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the monsters that pretend they're not monsters.
Riley just figured out what this thing was. I'm going to just two hands swing like a baseball bat at the thing.
At my
protruding-
head.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
thing protruding from your head.
All right, roll it.
A 23.
That will hit it.
Okay, and I would like to. Wait, I guess I confirm my damage and then I decide whether I do flurry of blows. Correct?
Yes, when you start your bonus action, that's when you decide if you would like to flurry of blows or not.
Cool. Thank you. All right. Quarterstaff. So 4 damage,
All right,
and yeah, I would like to flurry.
okay.
Uh, 21
21 will hit.
for 7 damage,
All right.
and I'm going to basically just like kind of flail my jump up and flail my arm and just try and bat at it.
All right.
And for the second one for the flurry, ooh, dice are popping off now.
Nice.
22,
That will hit.
and honestly, just jump up again and do it. This is like, it's not going to look pretty, but I'm just trying to hit it as much as I can.
Yeah.
For 4 damage.
All right. So yeah, you are starting. So you would expect it to crack because it's a rock,
Mhm.
but you're seeing bruises form on it.
Hmm.
And does it feel fleshy when he punches it?
Yes. Yeah. All right. Then it is the door's turn. So the door would like to attempt to bite Olivia. Now, normally it would have disadvantage because she's invisible, but it has an ability that when it has something grappled, it attacks with advantage, so that becomes even. It has a 16 to bite Olivia.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. It does 7 piercing damage
Ow.
and 7 acid damage.
Oh. So 14 total.
And I assume Olivia does not like that.
I do not, but I'm invisible, which is a concentration
Yeah.
spell.
So you need to make a con save versus DC 14.
I also have to make a
Right.
constitution. Or
A concentration check.
I become visible.
Okay.
is that my spellcasting modifier?
Yeah, you just no, it's your constitution. So it is a constitution savings throw
Oh, okay.
versus DC 10 for you.
Nope.
Okay.
Pass without trace fails.
All right. Then it is your turn, Keith.
Cool. I can't breathe, so I can't use any spell with a verbal component, I assume.
Well, you can't. You are blinded, so you can't see anything, and most spells will require you can see the target.
I mean, like, I can see this thing.
Listen, I
it's like saying
played
you
a
can't
w-
see the blindfold.
I have played a wizard swallowed by a froghemoth. It is the worst, and you can't see from
Cool.
inside.
I turn into a spider.
Okay.
And how hard is it to bite this thing when it's on my face?
It is still disadvantaged because you are blinded, and D&D is weird. So
'Kay.
it's more getting some of its flesh into your mouth.
Okay. I think the best bet then, while I have higher dex as a spider, I'm just going to try to escape. I can roll acrobatics or athletics.
So this is a little different. This is actually always a strength check to escape this particular creature.
Oh, okay.
because you need to pry its mouth open enough to get your chin out.
Okay. I still turn into a spider, but then, yeah, I'll use my action to try to...
To bite him.
No, to try to get out.
Okay.
21.
21. Yeah, you get free of it.
So, like, halfway through morphing, like, 4 of the spider's legs kind of, like, pry it apart and shove it off.
Right. So this thing floats with like a little mantle around the bottom of it where its mouth is. So it is flying in the air, hovering up there. Olivia, it is your turn.
So I'm grappled. So are both of my arms stuck in it?
So when you are grappled, your speed is 0, but you can still make attacks, and
Okay.
you can't walk away from it, but you can still hit it, attack it, cast spells on it.
Yeah. I'm going to try to get out again because I need to get away from this thing.
So you can roll acrobatics because it is a different type of creature.
Okay. Natural 20, but 23 total.
Okay, so yeah, you put a foot on it and kick off, and you are no longer grabbed by it, but you are still within 5 feet of it at the end of your action.
Do I take the attack of opportunity to just dart off? Doesn't look like it has arms or anything, but it could potentially try to grapple me again. I will end my turn there, just like staring angrily at it.
Do you want to use your bonus action?
Actually, I will pull out my pan flutes and begin bardic inspiration, and I will give a bardic inspiration to Kirith.
All right. It is then the door's turn, and it lashes out at Olivia with a pseudopod. So part of the door turns into this long, slimy tentacle type thing and tries to grab Olivia.
No, thank you.
It has a 7.
It misses.
All right. Grimlock, it is your turn. So there is the floating rock with a mantle around the base of it, and there is the tentacle mouth door. What would you like to do?
Do I... Thinking logistics of attacking something that I stick to. I'm going to... Yeah, I'm just going to... So Kirith's still, like, right next to it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Kirith is probably underneath it, and you're right
now
next
a
to
horse-sized spider, though.
Okay. Oh, I can't get in there, can I?
it. You can get past to go deal with the door. The thing is that the flying thing would get an attack of opportunity at you, the flying rock thing.
Yeah, you would still
Okay.
be in melee with it right now.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to... Can I reach the flying rock thing?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just going to keep swinging
Okay.
keep swinging at that. So, bat with two-handed swing and just barely kind of reach at it with the quarterstaff.
It's not flying that high. It's flying at Kirith's old head height.
Oh, okay, cool, perfect. That's like the optimal kicking height. It's perfect. All right. So
Are you saying you practice kicking exactly my head height for some reason?
yeah, for some reason,
We never know when you're going to turn evil.
it's true. For
Yeah, that's
20,
fair.
So
That'll hit.
just overhand swing at him. It's hasn't been very finessey yet.
And you're two-handing, so it's a D8 for damage, right?
Thank you, sir. So 6.
6. Okay. It collapses to the ground.
Cool. Haven't used... Can I move and then flurry?
Yes.
Cool.
Sure can.
Okay. Actually, I might just do... I can't... Oh, wait, yeah, I can get in there. Okay. You know, I'm just going to... No, he's already heard. Yeah, I'm going to go in and start kicking at the door.
Okay.
Trying to kick it down. The good old fireman kick. So 17.
17 will hit.
For 6.
6, okay. And once these things reveal themselves to not be objects, mimics are no longer adhesive, so you don't stick to it.
Oh, sweet. So I'll bounce back and give it another, just keep fireman kicking at it,
Yeah.
trying to force it open. 11.
11, that will not hit.
Sorry, who did you give inspiration to?
You.
Me.
And then it tries to hit Grimlock with a pseudopod because now it's more worried about him than Olivia, who hasn't heard it. It has a 7. And then it is Kirith's turn as the tentacle whips past Grimlock's face, but doesn't really get that close.
I'm going to shoot some web at the door, at the mimic.
Oh, God.
You want to know sticky? Heck. We're going to roll. So that would be a 9. 12.
12 is exactly enough. So
So,
Olivia's music inspires you to hit with your web.
okay, it has speed 0. All attacks versus it have advantage. It's restrained. So it has
Okay.
speed 0. Attacks versus it have advantage. Attacks it makes have disadvantage. It has disadvantage on dexterity saves. And it is a DC 12 strength check to break the web as an action.
There's a Grimlock-shaped outline.
All right. So, Olivia, the door is covered with webbing.
Gross. I do not want to touch that.
Came out of my butt.
I will. I'll turn to the door and I'll say, "When is a door not a door? When it's a jar." Vicious mockery.
The mimic turns into a jar, just like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. it has a natural 20. It laughs at your joke. It enjoys it.
Hey, man, maybe we keep this guy. I will give a bardic inspiration to Grimlock
Hey.
So
with my bonus action.
it attempts to break through the webbing and has a 4 total.
Sweet.
So it is still restrained.
Take that, nerd.
Then it's Kira's turn. Or not Kira's, sorry, Grimlock's turn.
Hey, I'm honestly no. Yes, I'm going to give it the. If you guys remember when Gandalf's trying to get into the mines of Moria and he's doing like the two-handed like lurch forward.
Are you like battering ram it with
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
with your staff?
Yeah. And as I'm doing this, remembering that I have a perfectly good battering ram in my trunk. Why didn't I bring my trunk?
I
And
mean,
you
it
have
is a
ad-
door as well. So.
Yeah.
You have advantage on this attack because it's restrained by the web.
Right, 15.
15 will hit.
For 5.
All right.
And just the single unarmed strike after.
All right.
Dang, 17 twice, so 22.
Yeah, you kick it good.
And same fireman kick, just
Yeah.
desperately trying to open this door for 5.
All right. It still looks pretty sturdy. Kirith, it's your turn.
I get my web back. I run up to it and bite it.
All right.
That's a 2 and a 7. 12.
12 is just enough.
Cool. So it needs to make a Constitution saving throw unless it's immune to poison.
Nope, it is immune to acid but not poison.
So it takes 10 piercing damage from the bite,
it has a 9 on the con save.
and it takes full damage from the poison. Eight. I need an 8. No, like a D8.
I'm just piling
Just-
up
just
dice
one.
by TJ.
And 8 poison damage.
Yeah, give me like 30 dice.
So yeah, you see it like withering a little bit. It does not like the spider. Then it's Olivia's turn.
Okay. I am going to pull my rapier out and just stab at it.
All right. You
Right.
stab with advantage.
That was a 4 or a 4. So a total of 8.
That is not enough to stab this door.
Great.
The door tries to break free of the web and has a 14.
It breaks free,
All right.
but that's its action.
That's its action. And it now has movement again, though.
Mm-hmm.
Just checking its move speed. Why doesn't it say a move speed? Mimics have a move speed, don't they? Yes. So it takes the attack of opportunity from all three of you to move back into the hallway behind it where only one person will be able
I
to
web
get
it.
Okay. Roll your...
Actually, technically, that's a ranged attack, so I probably can't.
I feel like you can at disadvantage.
Sure. Did you give me inspiration again?
No,
No?
I didn't re-up on
Okay.
information.
Okay. So at disadvantage, I try to shoot a web at it. So no, you stay right here. For 11.
No.
So you just about catch it and it scurries back, but you two both also get to make your attacks of opportunity.
I'm
22 to hit.
That'll hit.
I'm just going to straight stab out at it
Okay.
I must poke the door.
for 5 damage.
All right.
I would like to trip the door.
All right.
Oh yeah, can't you just knock it down if you hit it with a regular unarmed attack?
It has to be part of flurry.
So you can't flurry it right now because this is the attack of opportunity. So
Mhm. Can I do like a trip attempt as the attack?
you can, yeah.
Yeah.
So that becomes a contested strength check.
Yes. He can use
He wants strength.
okay, cool.
13.
19.
He is immune to the condition prone.
Oh my god.
So you knock him over and he just kind of
He
keeps
just
rolling.
keeps rolling back. Yeah. As it goes back, it kind of turns to like a door/wagon wheel and moves its 15 feet into the hallway.
That explains why I couldn't kick it down.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that is its turn. Then it is Kirith's turn.
My web is back. I shoot it.
All right.
21.
All right. So it is webbed now in position 10 feet back in the hallway.
Go heck it up, Grimlock.
Can I sneak past it? Is there enough room for me to go past it, or is
No.
it like just?
Yeah,
Watch?
Oh wait, yeah. How big is this hallway? Can I
it's-
fit in it?
You could, no, not as a
Not as
large
the
creature,
spider?
you would be squeezed. So you can fit in it, but it would give you a whole bunch of problems.
Right. So that was my action.
You still have move and bonus.
Does squeezed lower your movement?
Squeezed halves your movement and your attacks are at disadvantage.
Okay. So half of my spider movement is 15 feet, which would put me where it's at.
Yes. Oh, are you you're going along the ceiling?
So I'm going to spider climb along the ceiling to the roof of it
Mm-hmm.
and then drop down the 10 feet and turn back into Kirith as my
Okay.
bonus action.
All right. So you're Kirith, but behind it.
I'm Kirith, but behind it.
All right.
So
Okay.
web it and then nope.
Olivia, it's your turn.
I know that Grimlock's going to need to get into that space in front of it, so I am going to give Bardic Inspiration to Kirith by playing my tunes, and then I will say to the door, I really wish I knew how to pick locks. It would really open a lot of doors for me.
It looks terrified by that thought. And
It takes 1 psychic damage.
all right. Then it is Grimlock's turn.
Going to same battering ram motion, just kind of, but like getting a bit of a running start and swinging with the quarterstaff.
All right.
And I'll say, I am the one who knocks. And I rolled a 1.
You have advantage.
I didn't roll a 1. I rolled a 18.
18. All right, you hit it. After stumbling a little bit as you start coming in.
Oh, thank God it's made out of webs right now.
8 damage.
All right.
And honestly getting kind of frustrated with not being able to kick it down. And even if I could, I would kick it into Kirith. So I'm going to, like, I guess hammer fist it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A very good knock. All right, so 17
That'll hit.
for 5. 22 for 4.
Okay.
And just hammer fist. Just
It tries to pseudopod Kirith, so it reaches out with a tentacle trying to grab him.
Okay.
Oh, he has a butt one too?
Directions don't mean quite the same thing to these.
So yes.
Yes.
Okay.
All of them are butt ones.
Every hole is a mouth and a butt.
We are all our eats and poops.
He has a 12 to hit Kirith, even with disadvantage.
He hits my shield,
All right.
and I draw my longsword and bring it down hard on the wheel tentacle door
Yeah.
for 22
That'll hit.
for 5 damage.
So you cut deeply into it, and it's like a membrane breaks, and it starts to lose its cohesion and ooze onto the floor in this slimy viscera of like an overgrown amoeba mold thing.
I then start checking the like bite marks around my neck and just
Yeah.
like give it a poke a couple of times and like look around, make sure no one's okay.
This is Grimlock Sea Spray. Joey's novel True Son of the Empire is on Amazon as a softcover or ebook.
Hey, this is Kirith from Ad-lib Heroes, and if you like Dungeons and Dragons and heavy metal, be sure to follow the contributing artists who wrote our intro and outro, Balragath, on all of their social media and their Bandcamp.
Right.
Now I want to go in the room that I was trying to go in. I'm just like staring at my like hand with a bunch of acid burns on it and stuff.
And I give a very tired look to Olivia.
I just was curious. What if they have plans in here? Remember how the orcs had all these plans? What if they have everybody's social security number in there?
Look at your acidy wound and wring out your arm like a like a towel.
Ow, that hurts more.
So it's probably pretty likely that they don't use this tunnel to get in and out, because those things didn't seem like they could be trained.
Secret entrance.
Potentially. There were some footprints, and we weren't leaving footprints, right? Before we got in
That's
here.
fair. Maybe it was trained. Maybe they just know not to go near that thing. I don't know.
I look in the doorway now.
So there is what at one point would have been a room for a bunch of guards to hang out in and relax in. But now in that room, there is a pile of deteriorated bones with scraps, and there are little bits amongst them of things that were not able to be digested by this monster. There is a metal longbow. There is 40 silver and 15 copper.
Yo.
So 5 copper
The longbow
each.
does not currently have a string.
I mean, that's not a big deal.
And 40 silver divided by 3.
13 one remainder.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want this longbow for now, Kirith.
Cool.
Yeah, you will need to get a string for it.
Yeah.
But there are stairs leading up, and as you examine them, you find the bunk rooms for the dwarves, and there are a bunch of arrow slits that you could watch the road from here. There is also an old lever that is right by one of the central arrow slits.
What would you think this would be for, Grimlock? Have you had any experience with something like that?
You can make a stoneworking check.
24 off of 20.
This would be used to set off a trap as you're looking at it. It is set to release boiling oil from the ceiling.
Cool.
The thing is, you find the furnace nearby. There's no fire in the furnace, and again, considering how old this place is, and it is likely not a usable trap without some work.
Kirith could fill it with spiders, though.
Do you mean just get in there?
Yeah.
Fill it with spider.
Just hang up in there with, like, web yourself to the ceiling and then pestilence down.
Sorry, how much copper each?
5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna try to. If we wanted to just like be sneaky, we'll just put these mimic bodies over here, and let's put like something that would have been poisonous to them, like some mushrooms or something, as if they ate something and then died.
Yeah, I don't know how mimics work. So, maybe?
I had just the right mushrooms in my trunk.
I don't know how tentacle sticky doors and flying stalactites work, so.
So you have
It's sorry, you were saying like a membrane broke and it kind of like leaked out. Is it like it would be difficult to move? It's like a puddle.
Yeah, it's a puddle. I like the idea that mimics in their natural state are kind of like oversized amoebas that then take a form and
Disgusting. I love it.
Can kind of keep shifting.
yeah.
Well, they might think somebody came in and attacked these, or I don't know, whatever. They fought each other, or
Yeah, I mean, if it got hungry enough. Yeah, I'll go and drag the stalactite and throw it on top of the puddle and just like, yeah, they fought to the death.
All right. So you head back into the trade road. Are you going to follow it further down, or?
All right. This is my last second level spell. Maybe we follow it further down, and I'll use Pass Without Trace again if we think we notice the anyone or anything around, evidence of movement or anything.
Yeah, because as it stands, if they do follow the footprints that we've laid, they will lead to nothing.
They will lead from this guardhouse.
Yeah.
Someone came out of the guardhouse that's being guarded by a mimic.
Yeah. What the hell?
The mimics.
ghosts.
Spooky, scary.
As you continue down the tunnel, after about another 5 minutes, you can see the flickering of torchlight up ahead.
Actually, no, we haven't rested since we got to the town, have we?
No,
Okay, no, I don't have any more second level spells. Never mind.
because he ice knifed a guy.
Mud knifed a guy.
I'll leave my torch then on the ground. If we see torchlight ahead, I'll just leave my torch back far enough that I feel they might still be able to see the edge of torch flicker, but like I would try to make it so they can't see it. I'm assuming you guys are out farther ahead and would stop me.
You're the sneakiest one. No, I'm kidding. I know you
I'm
have a
also
light.
the one with the light.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. So, sorry. Yeah, we see torchlight ahead.
Yes.
could-
You guys.
I could turn invisible again and go sneak up there.
Can I hear anything echoing off the chambers, footsteps, speak, like talking, anything?
Roll me a perception check.
That wasn't rolling. That was everything.
Yeah.
That was
Roll
chaos.
every
Everything.
dice as a perception check.
Oh.
What a huge number. Oh my God, no. I rolled a 3, so 9.
Yeah, you cannot make out anything from the echoing of the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Or I could disguise myself as Covey and go tell them there's a rich girl in the town.
He's probably already come back. He left hours ago.
Would have he come back here, or would have he gone back to the forest blinds?
I mean, if he left probably because I screwed up the bait. So he knew something was up. And again, it's been hours. He's had the time to go back there and here, even if he went back to report to those guys first.
She could
Yeah.
disguise as the guy that you murked. Oh, she didn't see him. I didn't see that. I'm metagaming.
No,
Fuck.
I mean, I definitely could have told you guys about that, right? So,
I'll do invisibility then and just sneak up there and see what I can see.
sure.
I just try to back farther up the tunnel because have to use my pipes as a focus. And again, play like kind of a soft, mysterious song. And again, kind of like with Disguise Self, a smoke, but this is like a deep purple smoke starts down, like coming out of the pan flute's bottoms, and everywhere the smoke obscures just disappears until I'm fully invisible.
All right. So, invisibly, you head further down the tunnel.
And I'm not carrying a torch at this point. I'm
Right.
heading towards the torchlight.
So, sorry, I keep saying so, and I'm trying to work on not always saying so.
You're good.
If you say so.
Now we have to leave that in. Thanks.
Gotcha.
Up ahead, you see a dwarven commercial street. So the road widens out even further. There are a bunch of porches built before. You would call them individual buildings, but they are all flush with the wall. They have a bunch of signs in Dwarvish and in Common showing different businesses. There are lights in brackets along the street and lights in some of these businesses. Again, they're 2 stories tall. The bottom floor looks like shops and the second floor looks like apartment buildings. And in the middle of the road, sniffing around, there is a large, and when I say large, I don't mean D&D size, just big, a big dog that is sniffing around. He is staked in front of one of the buildings, so there is a long rope leash that lets him wander around, but he's tied to the front of one of the buildings.
Okay.
The path goes on, so there's probably about 15 shops on each side before it then heads off into the darkness. They only seem to be lighting this one commercial street.
Okay. And the lights are all fire.
Yeah, they're all torch lights.
Okay. I will just kind of back into a corner and whisper into my copper ring to Kirith. Just, it opens out into a street, and there is a dog tied up on a leash. The leash does it look like the dog could get right to where it opens up?
So the dog can move about 40 feet. It's got 40 feet of lead. It could not get to the entryway. It can get about, it's in the middle of the street, but again, think like an entire city block.
Yeah. The dog is in the middle. They are lighting up this street. I can go a little further in.
Yeah, we don't have really any useful information yet. But if it's lit up, that means that they're around. We don't have any clue how many there are. But if they've got guard dogs and whatnot, they're at least moderately fortified. Anything we do at this point, we have to expect they will come back at the village for, well, retribution. So, be careful, get some information, but don't provoke anything if you can help it.
I'll try to just sneak along the street and start at the very first building, even if it's not lit up. I'm going to try to peer in.
All right. Roll me a perception check.
14.
14. So you peer into the building and you keep heading down the street. Eventually you find that there are a couple of people, a white dragonborn and a human woman with like short top of her head pigtails playing a game of cards in one of the houses. And as you're kind of keeping your eye on them, someone comes out to feed the dog, and it is Roxy the Tabaxi.
I am surprised and for a second forget that I'm invisible. And then I'm going to stay still because that's probably how I won't make noise. And just as a note, when I'm peering in buildings and stuff, I'm trying not to be in doorways or walkways. I'm going to try to position myself in spaces where people wouldn't naturally walk. I watch.
So she goes, "Hey, Bruiser, here's your food, you little bastard." And she puts down a bowl, and he rushes over and starts eating it. And she heads back into the house she came out of.
Okay, I will back up all the way back towards the entrance, and then again into my wire. I will say, so definitely a white dragonborn and a human woman playing cards in the third house in. And I will recast message. The tabaxi we met named Roxy. She's here.
Come back. Come back right now.
Okay, so I start coming back.
Now, if you remember, when you talked to Loris Silvercave, he told you that Emil and Roxy were in one of the other major towns, that they had headed to Valines.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I come back and... Oh, and the dog's name is Bruiser.
What kind of dog is he?
Like a big hound.
Like a mastiff.
I'm not smart enough to figure all this out on my own. We should go back and ask that human girl how sure she is this is the bandit encampment. Did she follow tracks here? Did she?
Mm-hmm. Well, because
I wouldn't put it past one of the nobility to harry the subjects of one of their rivals.
Because I told Julian too, but I didn't talk to the Comtesse, so maybe.
These attacks started just after Nathan Lorne disappeared. I'm not smart enough to figure out all of the why and how, but I am paranoid and suspicious of them enough.
Okay, let's...
Does that hit something you get advantage for? Or inspiration for, sorry?
The lower lifted and the high and mighty are brought down? Maybe.
Yeah, makes sense.
Sure.
You definitely deserve it so far for this adventure. It's been your guiding principle.
Mm-hmm.
Should we... I can have a sense of how much longer I have on my concentration spell, right?
Yeah, you still have 45 minutes.
Maybe we should use this while we have it. I'll head back in and be very quiet and see if I can just see into any of the other buildings, get any more information.
If you can see anyone else you recognize, it doesn't have to be Lando or Emil or whatever. It's just if you have seen any of the others before.
In Avalon, yeah. I go back in to scout.
Or if you can find, don't take any unnecessary risks.
The dog's eating right now, so it's actually probably for the next 10 minutes I might have opportunity.
Okay, so you can roll me another perception check.
4.
4. That dog is pretty cute.
No, it is a cute dog. I gotta remember to tell Grimlock about it.
Yeah. So yeah, you head down the street, and while there's obviously other people here, you're not getting a good look at anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them seem to be in the living quarters on the second floors.
That's information. I head back to these guys.
You
Yeah.
don't want to sneak into the building Roxy came out of?
Like, kind of.
It does have a door.
Doors are my nemesis now. Can I go look in the windows of the one where
Yeah.
she came out? I will do that.
Okay. So you go. So roll me actually a stealth check with advantage.
So that's a 19 on the dice, and just waiting to see if there's a 20, but nope. 19 plus 4, so 23.
Okay. So yeah, you sneak past Bruiser. You look in the window. There is a light on in one of the back rooms. So there is the open area of the front of what used to be some kind of shop. You're not sure what. There's a bunch of stone, empty display cases. There are 2 doors. Both of them have light coming from behind them, but one of them has voices coming from inside.
Can I hear what they're saying?
That's a perception check.
Am I allowed to re-roll that?
Yep.
Okay. 18.
18. So you hear voices saying, first is Roxy, so how much longer do we have to stay here? And Emil's voice answers, we should have them pretty broken by the end of the week, and then the Comtess will be able to make her move.
Audible gulp sound. Okay. I will, slowly back away and then realize I probably shouldn't go straight back and start heading so far enough away from the dog that I can...
There's a moment where the dog looks right up at you with a quizzical look, and
I just hold my breath
And
and then sneak
going.
off. Yeah. And come down the hall.
Dogs and cats look at nothing all the time.
Uh-huh.
Actually, all cats can see the invisible.
Canon.
So it's a good thing, Rox. No, just kidding.
Hooty hoot. Hooty hoot. Let's go. I come running pretty much up to you guys, and then I'm like, come on, let's go. Emil is there, and Roxy.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Apparently, it's for the Comtess to make her move. She's probably going to try to get more lands. But if she's using an ogre or whatever, she's just as bad as Lorne.
Weird.
But they were so nice, and she's like...
They needed a job done, and they paid us for it. They were nice to... They were nice to us the same way you treat your longsword well. You keep it clean and well-oiled. Just like in the war.
Just buying you.
Well,
I have a new plan. Do we still have those bear traps they gave us?
They're in my trunk, but
Heck. Okay, good. We'll deal with them in the morning then. Yeah, let's get back.
Yeah, because I assume we're walking and just kind of whispering. I told Julian to get the Comtess to send her forces to come. They're probably
You
going to...
requested it.
I know. And if she knows all of this is going on, then it's probably the perfect thing. She can go, oh, look, these people came and they needed help. And she just moves her spy forces out and she gets to be the good guy.
Yeah, that sounds exactly right.
That's so messed up. I'm sure people have been hurt and people probably have gone hungry and for such a stupid reason.
These villagers spent all the gold they had for mercenaries.
Yep.
And if we catch Roxy, she'll just be scapegoated.
Yeah.
They'll say she was a traitor.
Yeah. You can't stop the nobility,
Might be able to.
but you can bring down a couple of them.
Might be able to convince Roxy to turn on them.
Really? You think a woman that's already done all this and victimized this village?
I mean, she sounds like a bastard who's out for herself.
I mean,
if she
maybe we can
be-
outpay them, is what you're saying?
Well, the alternative is like we kill her or they kill her.
I mean, currently our number one priority is make sure they don't harm anyone in the village tomorrow,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
As for figuring out a way to pin this on them, good luck.
Yeah. They're Teflon.
Emil's here,
Mhm.
but they're probably not keeping any evidence, no missives. They're not going to be as dumb as as those orcs keeping the letters from Nathan.
And I wouldn't be surprised
from
if they
Nathaniel.
have a witch in their midst, because when I explained the plan to Emil, he didn't ask me, well, how is your disguise going to be good enough? He just accepted that
He's a spy master. He might have a witch working for him, but he's a spy master. He might have just worked with them in the past.
Yeah.
We did ask for a disguise kit immediately before that as well, so.
that's true, but I'm it's hard to do
agreed.
across.
But we'll,
Head back. Let's make sure Sarah gets out of here.
we have to come up with a plan.
Yeah.
So you go gather Sarah and head back to the village to take a rest and figure out what you're going to do next. Also expecting that bandits will come to raid the village that coming night.
The following night,
The
right?
So
we get a long rest.
you get a long rest. So
Word.
all right, and we'll call it for today.
I don't like when the people that I like are jerks.
This is Jimmy. This is Jimmy.
Hey, Jimmy, welcome to
This is Jimmy.
We've never met